Oh man, it is later than normal starting time, but hey everyone, JSD Cool here, and oh my god, my game's like, welcome back to Satisfactory. Now, yeah, it is 30 minutes later than I usually start, because I forgot to mention this last time, because I kind of forgot what the timing would be for this, but yeah, I had, or my school was hosting a programming competition today. So I was there doing that, and that ended at 7, and then I rushed back here. I got myself some food on the way back, which is partially why I'm not doing face cam today, also because I didn't want to have to set up the green screen, because that would take extra time that I wouldn't be streaming. I also don't know where JRD Cool is. Like, he was legitimately not in the Discord call. I could... Here, I'll join the Discord call. There's me joining the Discord call. But yeah, anyhow. I can talk more about that later, but first, as you might see in the top corner here where my face usually is, we're all set for Phase 4! It's too bad JRD Cool can't be here to watch this. But yeah, actually, I guess I can, before we flip on to Phase 4, I can show you that, in fact, yes, everything is working well here. But I did actually find, in like the middle of the week, I popped on just to make sure everything was going right. And it wasn't. It wasn't producing at the correct output rate, and I found out that was because I hadn't made this a tier 2 belt. It was a tier 1 belt, the rest was tier 2, and it was being resource constrained because of that, so that was choking... Oh, okay, that was strange. So yeah, that was choking the supply chain of all this stuff here. Which just appeared to be... What? Oh yeah. No, it was choking the supply of these things. Which was preventing these things from running at full speed, but they do run at full speed now. And actually, yeah, we've backed up, we've filled this thing up in case that's ever necessary, and of course we've, got these things going out this way. So yeah. This is the awesome sync, by the way. That probably should have been a little more obvious. Oh yeah, also, I got the train line. I spent way longer than I expected doing this on Monday, getting the trains up and running, and we needed 2 trains on the line to get, the rates 100%, which was good, I guess. But yeah. Oh, okay, laggy lag. Yeah, I guess it's time for phase 5, right? I guess, and then also what we're probably doing today is train track stuff. Oh yeah, also, before I forget, programming notice in terms of live streams. So on Sunday, I think I'm doing the automatic spreadsheet generator. I finished up getting the data I needed, the bare minimum data I needed to get that thing off the ground at some point of this week. So we'll do that on Sunday. And then maybe if I have time, we won't. But if we have time, we'll come back and actually play the game. Then we have Thanksgiving. And I'm not going to be doing a live stream, obviously, on Black Friday, because I won't be at my computer to do a live stream, because it's Black Friday. And then, theoretically, fingers crossed I don't forget, on Sunday, we're not playing Satisfactory, we're doing something special, because it happens to be a cosmically, coincidentally special day that I happen to be live streaming, so look forward to that, but that will not be a Satisfactory stream. But yeah. JRD Cool will be damned, I guess. Actually, here, let me go even check if he is at all online on Discord. Oh, fun. I can talk about that in a moment. But yeah, here, let me see if JRD Cool online at all. He's not online right now. So, fun stuff. I guess we're launching this without him. JRD Cool, if you're watching this because I told you to come back and look at the stream, or I guess you could just do stuff, yeah, you should have been here. This wasn't, I don't know if this was a special Friday for a specific situation for you, but it definitely was for me doing the programming competition and all. I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah. Uh-huh. Here we go.
Welcome to the Pioneers Got Power Problems presentation.
Got power problems?
That was a joke. Anyway, you're
yeah, we don't for once.
Process. Just throw the lever and the automated systems will take over. Imagine all the time and effort that would be wasted if you had to do all that work as well. Some work is just better suited for machines. Phase 5 contains technology the human brain cannot comprehend.
Complicated thing, don't ask, you wouldn't get it, don't bother trying.
Oh gosh. And everything will go as planned.
Oh gosh.
Answering all your questions will take time we simply do not have. Everything is going to be just fine, so long as you do your job. We've come this far together after all, haven't we? Anyway, you know what to do. Just don't forget to
Don't
keep
waste time,
producing
keep
previous
going.
project parts.
Plan ahead, any
when
moment
setting up
not
new
producing
production
is time
lines, and
planning
make sure
for
not
others.
to leave it all until the
Don't
last
delay the
moment.
production of project parts. I'm definitely delaying the production of project parts, because, before we go on to the next phase, something that or part of the data collection I was doing for the stream we're doing on Sunday, had me looking at the recipes for the other project parts, and oh my gosh, we're going to need to build dedicated factories for each and every individual one of those project parts. That's how inadequate our current factory systems are. They need more. I think one of them needs, like, for the set amount per minute, more than 3 fused modular frames per minute, which we are currently producing 3 fused modular frames per minute for the entire factory. So anyhow, send it! Okay. Here we go. Okay, clouds disappear. Sonic boom. That looks kind of strange. Here we go. Ooh, ah. Is that it? Oh, that animated.
Phase 4 of Project Assembly completed. If style was measured in my performance reports, yours would be something special. Regardless, saving the day is within our grasp. Do not lose focus now. You must understand the weight on your shoulders, but you are not alone. I am here, and I know exactly what's at stake. This goes beyond Earth. Your actions will affect the universe at large. You might think I am exaggerating. Perhaps you will understand once you finish Project Assembly. Phase 5 awaits. I expect your best work.
Yeah, it will affect the universe at large. I hazard to think it probably won't be a positive change, but, oh wow. Okay, I think we are. I did not know that we need nuclear pasta again, but we are, I think, have all that already ready to go, so it'll just tick right up there. These other things, though, we're definitely going to need entire factories for each of them. Yeah, let's look at some of these new milestones. Tier 9. There's a Blueprint Mark III! I did not know that. That's actually really cool. And we're going to go start with matter conversion. Peak efficiency. What was? Actually, let's look at these. So quantum encoding. That's a bunch of stuff. Now Blueprints Mark III. That's Blueprints Mark III. Main portal, satellite portal, singularity cell. What are the wait, are these There are teleporters in this game. That would have saved me so much time when I was building the copper collection. Oh yeah, the station for actually getting copper for the nuclear pasta. That's right here. Would have saved me so much time because I went back and forth like 5 times. Each one taking like 4 or 5 minutes to actually get the parts that I ran out of. I mean, the dimensional depot, I guess, would also have solved that problem. But teleporters. Okay. Okay. Okay then. Well, obviously, gotta start with this, and we actually can launch this. I don't want to actually launch this milestone until we have Jaredy Cool, because I feel like making too much progress without him is probably a little unfair. But yeah, the rest of today's stream will definitely be just about expanding. Oh yeah, this is the right place. Hello, Jaredy Cool.
Hello there, JC Cool.
Yes, I went to phase 5 because you weren't here. and I had no idea when you would be here.
Yeah, I saw you restarting or doing stuff with the server.
Wait, you were looking at it?
Yeah, I went downstairs to grab one of her old keyboards because the laptop thing is still just didn't work. I don't know why it's not. Keyboard's not working. I might just take it apart completely to see. But, anyways, so I'm installing. We're trying to do stuff with Ubuntu, but I'm having to essentially erase my drive through Linux. This is the nice thing. I'm booting off the flash drive to erase all the partitions.
Okay, fun. But yeah.
So then I can use Linux to. So then I can use the flash drive to install Linux onto it.
Yep, sounds about right. Let's get to the next floor. Okay. Yeah, so I today's stream started late because obviously today was the programming competition.
Oh yeah, and when show's already happened.
Oh yeah, I know. I was very surprised about that.
Yeah.
At
No,
noon when it started. It was like, what? Rancho already? Why?
Then you missed their posts from yesterday.
Yeah, I did. I did not see their post at all.
I actually saw their post shortly after we went live yesterday.
Huh. Oh crap.
Yeah, so the reason I looked at the server because I was down there and I bumped it, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't having a problem. So no, the screen turns on and I see the shutdown stuff from the
The Satisfactory server, yeah.
Yeah. Also, there might be an even easier way for you to actually remote desktop into the server.
If you're thinking about the built-in solution to Ubuntu, we tried that. It didn't work too well.
The built-in one to Windows with the remoting into it?
With Windows? Well, it's a Linux server. Also, Windows Remote Desktop kind of sucked ass. Because it logged you, at least on Windows the way it worked, is it logged you out on the physical computer. So the next time you went back to the computer, you had to physically log in again. And of course, once you logged out on the remote session, you'd have to... This computer would just go to sleep. I don't know if Linux does the same thing, but what we have works.
It does, but then you get the Chrome Remote Desktop problem.
Well, besides the fact that I have to edit the actual run configuration, or edit the actual program itself to get it to display the correct screen and crap, it's otherwise much better than basically every other solution. It also doesn't require us to forward a port, so...
Yeah, that's the one thing. You'd have to report forward, and I would keep it disabled unless you need to remote into it.
Yeah, and I don't like that, so we're just going to keep with the system that we have now, which lets me access it anytime I want without forwarding a port.
I think there's some... It's probably advertising itself to... Or it's talking out to Google servers to be able to make that happen.
Yep. That is in fact what's happening.
Okay, so I actually...
But yeah, anyhow.
It's actually the first time I've been on since the copper was put in.
Oh yeah. But anyhow, yeah, since the, in terms of program competition...
Why is
so,
what the heck?
So, wait,
Frame rate's so damn low.
You're loading assets.
Okay.
Okay. That's good through. So, yeah. It was interesting. Definitely an interesting programming competition. I actually made a good solution this time. So for the problem that I worked on within my team, I got my first solution was I think the first one that was actually submitted for this problem. Got a really high score.
First one submitted and it's the best.
Yeah, I ended up submitting. I made a change. I don't know. What was it? The change I made. Anyhow, and it was a pretty simple idea of how it worked. It was also basically the first try as well. So, yeah, and I think I submitted again at some point after I made a modification and got a slightly higher score, which remained as the high score for this problem for the entirety of the rest of the competition. So that was great.
Per minute and it has the best score for the whole thing. It's like, well, how are we competing, huh?
Well, competing on the other question, which we didn't do well on because the other guy who was on my team this time, he was, doing this thing, and he ran into an issue that he was having a hard time thinking of what the solution to or why it was having this issue. And like before the stream started, like after he got back, he messaged me saying, "Hey, I found the issue. I figured out what was wrong." That was fun. So we didn't get too many points on the other problem, which is why we only got 3rd overall, despite getting like I think by far the highest score on. Oh, that one. Yeah, my part. But anyway, it was fun stuff. But just before the competition started, I found some very sad information. So I have this, or I'm friends with this guy on Discord that I was friends with in high school, and I got the play my game malware scam.
Oh?
I don't know if you've heard about this, but on Discord there's this thing where when people's accounts get hacked, they'll send like messages. The hackers will send messages to all the Discord friends saying like, "Hey, I made a game. Please play it," and then it's just malware. Oh. So I'm pretty sure that his account got hacked. And
that malware in part takes over your Discord account.
Yes, I would assume that's what happens. I didn't actually download it, obviously, as I was aware of the scam. And when I got the message, "Hey, do you want to play the game I made?" I was like, "Oh fuck, this guy got his account got hacked, didn't it?" But I was like, "Damn, I have no other way to contact this guy asking if his account got hacked or not, because like I don't have his phone number." But then I was like, "Oh right, I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel, and he like made a community post yesterday." And he definitely still has control of his YouTube channel because like, yep, that's definitely something you would post. So I like made a comment to be like, "Hey, did your Discord account get hacked?" And then like, he deleted my comment because like personal information or whatever. And then he commented back on my latest video being like, "Hi, yeah, hey, yeah, haven't seen you in a while. I have a new account now." And I just got a friend request from his new account when the stream started, so it was like, But yeah, if friends you haven't talked to in a while on Discord ever message you out of the blue saying they have a game and they want you to play it, it is malware. Their account has been hacked. But with that being said,
randomly messages me saying, "Hey, I have a game."
But that being said, my game isn't malware. Play it, please. The link on your screen right now to where you can find more information about it. Also, link in the description. It was just too good of a situation. I had to do that.
Link in the description. What?
But also, my game is also open source, so. Like, I was kind of probing the scammer for like information about it. I was like, "Oh, so like, what did you make the game in?" It's like, "Oh, I made Unity, single word response." It's like, okay, well, okay, sure. But that just gave camera, so I was like, "Is it open source?" And then they send me like a link to Mega, which is actually where I've hosted which is a cloud service that has made a name for themselves for having encrypted, actually like end-to-end encryption on their files, and they don't necessarily care. Or in the past, they made a name for themselves for hosting a lot of pirated content. They supposedly don't allow pirated content now, but whether that's actually the case, yeah. It's like I asked this in open source, and then they just replied with the download link, which wasn't like GitHub or source code. I didn't actually download it, obviously, but it was like, this seems very fishy. Anyhow, here's a milestone.
Oh no, that's what you're asking about. It was like, where do I know you?
Milestone reached. The converter uses strange alien matter, abbreviated to SAM, to break down and transform materials at their most fundamental levels. I am sure even you can appreciate the power to manipulate atomic bonds. Most importantly, you are now able to locally create fixite, a highly adaptable synthetic metal, ideal for any kind of construction. It is everything we need to save the day, and perhaps its admirable qualities can inspire you.
All right.
I heard none of that.
You didn't
And
hear
I
any?
don't know why.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that is very strange.
Volume's up.
Wait, but you had Ada appear on your screen?
Yeah, it appeared on the screen.
That is
Okay,
very
so-
much weird.
No, okay, the game is muted,
Oh, yeah, that would do it.
but it's not properly showing up that. And because the Stream Deck was having problems with it too.
Ah, that's fun.
So it was actually muted on the computer, but the Stream Deck wasn't getting that. So it was trying, when I hit the thing to mute it, it was like it's trying to mute it, but it's not actually muting it. So it's just doing nothing.
Huh. Very strange, very strange.
I'm looking at it on my Stream Deck. Stream Deck says it's not muted. Why? What? No, it is.
Oh yeah, we also have the nuclear pasta here for this next milestone, or next phase. We have already produced enough, and it's just taking a sweet time to get into the space elevator now. Oh yeah.
Ah.
For people in
Yeah,
stream,
I saw that.
frick, this is happening again. That or this is... okay, two situations. Either one, we're out of copper on this belt, which would be very bad, but I have a feeling, we may actually be out of copper. It's either that or server desync.
The train just arrived, sir.
What I'm surprised about is that we're actually out of copper on the belt. Yeah, we're actually out of copper. I know! The fact... You see, the issue is that there is no copper on the belt at all, rather than just the very end of the belt having some copper. This isn't supposed to happen, unless you were blocking the train for a while. But even then, I didn't think we would use... Oh, there it is. I didn't think we would be using up the we would actually use the copper fast enough to completely deplete that resource. Especially considering there should have been some extra in there. Well. But yeah, anyhow, I guess I could show people at home what's going on the rails right now. So, yeah, here's the stuff coming out of the train station. Pretty simple what's going on from here. Oh, you're here at the station right now, are you?
Yes, I'm setting for departure right now.
Yeah. I, too, am going to be driving my train out for a moment here. At least so I can show off where the train line goes. So, I am not seeing train coming in here, so we will head out and hopefully not run into a train. Because obviously, as the trains in this game work, your personal trains do not obey the signals. That is for you to...
This is why I set mine. I gave it an actual timetable.
Yeah, but I want to just drive... I want to just drive past the...
I want to see it.
Look, I don't want to park my train on the line where actual trains are running.
Well, I have it going past, so I can stop it when I need to.
Well, yeah. I just didn't want to do it. Obviously, it would be...
doing this. Part of the reason I'm doing this is so that it actually is governed by the signals and all that.
Oh, yeah. Also, you don't have to hold W, but...
Yeah. Ah, you took out the crossover track.
No, I didn't. That is way up the section from where you are. And that also causes some slowdowns because of path signals.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
maybe it is up there.
I will use this time to remove an extra block signal in front of that. So that we don't have to slow down. Or so that you don't... that the auto trains don't slow down approaching it because of path signals.
Purchasing. Why did this train feel slow going automatically?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's perspective.
there he is. Yeah.
Yeah, you see
I
that?
see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Down, it's like, oh, we're heading up to the stop signal, and we hit it, and it's like, Arr! It's like, oh wait, we get a pass. Okay.
It's like, oh wait, oh, okay, that was weird. Just delete the signal in front of it on both directions. That way we have. I mean, I could delete the crossover. The crossover's here, and yeah.
I want to have a crossover. It's more realistic.
Random crossover. I mean, I just used this at one point to let you pass, but like. Well,
Yeah, essentially. Then you just you used it to move over to the one track and then just never moved back, as far as I was aware of.
I think I did move back to keep my engine in the right direction. But yeah, I did use it though to like allow you to be able to travel back while I was working here at the rubber factory. Plastics and rubber factory. Sorry.
So you want me to continue building the train line?
Yep.
Alright, I'll have to probably go back and yeah, materials.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Slowing down, approaching the turn. Actually, oh yeah, approaching the turn and approaching the path. I think it probably was actually more approaching the block section before the path signal.
Yeah, because, I mean, it looks ahead, and it knows it won't be able to otherwise stop in time, so it has to take precautions. But it can't reserve a path until it's in the block immediately before the path signal. Ah, there's that other train.
It had to go backwards just to get stopped and had to go back a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that does that. That is kind of strange that it does that. Like, it knows it's going to be stopping here. Why does it...
Whoa.
What?
That's kind of dangerous. You flew right through that, and I was approaching.
Oh, I didn't see you at all.
I was approaching the C-junction to head back. And because it's a path signal, and you are not grabbing any paths or anything, it wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah. I didn't see you at all. I think that was probably a server client desync thing.
Maybe. It would have totally...
Anyhow, with that stopped there out of the way of anything that's actually on the tracks.
How am I going to get there, then?
Well, drive your train manually past the past the train.
I am going to do that. That's what my plan was to do that.
I mean, I'm gonna turn around eventually here, maybe. We'll see.
There's no turnaround.
Actually, well, I mean, I could go back through the copper station here. But yeah, this is the copper station. I don't think I showed this on stream. Yeah, so we got one copper miner up there on this tier 2. Coming back for a tier 2 belt here. We got 2 copper miners on a pure patch here, each of them doing a tier 4 belt of copper, and then a tier 3 belt of copper coming from another copper patch over that way. Is a bit more than enough copper to
It's a bit over enough.
It's basically enough copper to a little more than it is enough copper to actually fuel those copper powder makers. Yeah. Like,
What
oh
would look
yeah.
cool is a Satisfactory mod for catenaries.
Yeah, that probably would look pretty cool. Ah,
Especially since these are electric engines. I don't know why they're.
they get their power through the track
They do.
itself.
I don't know why they're producing so much heat in these.
Well, they have a lot of mass, and they gotta, like, you know, regenerative braking cool off.
Yeah, no, but it's like they're producing a lot of heat as you're driving.
I guess the motors are inefficient or something, I don't know. Like, the fact that this thing is sipping 25 megawatts of power at idle is
I'm
ridiculous.
coasting at idle. It's a lot of power, but at the same time, for us, it's nothing. We're producing gigawatts worth of power.
A couple
Are we?
gigawatts. A couple gigawatts, yes.
Actually,
Yeah, I think after I get my spreadsheet program done, I think I'm gonna go temporarily dive into nuclear power. Just because.
what's the next thing we need?
Well, the current well, we need to complete the milestone, I think, to get a project part. Which we're going to need to build an entire factory for, based off my brief looking at the recipes.
But of gas.
Alright. End of the line. Beep.
You know, it is actually faster to do both. Use the brake and
Yeah.
reverse.
Yeah, I didn't know that was faster. Dune Desert. The
I might actually
the
have
place on the map. I am relatively certain we need to keep heading down into the desert.
Where are you going? What you doing?
Ugh.
What you doing?
Staring off into the desert at the moment, but starting to build some foundations here.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
what you eat?
Well, I was eating a burger.
Oh,
Because at the programming competition I had exactly one slice of pizza. It's like, oh, I'm not too hungry right now. I can go back later and get another one. All the pizza was gone by the time I decided to go look for another one later. Yeah, I actually arrived at the solution that produced like the high score like relatively early, and then my further attempts to get a higher score didn't lead to any higher score, so I would have probably needed to completely change my approach to get a higher score. Because like something
sounds like Formula One.
Well, with the problem that that I was working on, let's see, what was happening with it. So, basically, we had like a few different, or like the scoring program would go through and run like a few different sets of inputs through the score, and the final one was like ridiculously large. Like the data set that it was processing was 16 times larger than the next closest one.
Oh.
So yeah, it was like operating on over 32,000 pieces of data. Which, for the algorithm that I was using to generate a solution, it could like, or to search for solutions within the data, it took like a second to do like one pass of the data, of this data.
Huh.
Yeah. So, So naturally, at least that was on my laptop. I have no idea what the timing was like on the server side of things, or what kind of CPU they had on the server for that matter. But for my laptop, it was like, okay, I could do like 60 passes of the data within the allowed time limit. So naturally, one of the things I tried to get more potential better scoring out of it is multiple threads.
Ah.
I have also no idea how many cores the server has.
I am spin up 920 threads.
Well, I mean, the only thing I knew is that the server was running Linux, so that's the only thing I knew. And I actually used that. To my very small advantage when I built a. Or part of the thing is I had, like, for debugging purposes, I had it actually the code timing itself and then printing the results. But because that would potentially screw with the scoring, I didn't want to have that printed during the scoring, only when I was, like, debugging things on my computer. So I was like, well, actually, I can make it so that the compiler will only actually compile the timing code on Windows.
Wait, so the timing got compiled on Windows, everything else did not?
No, or no, everything got compiled. So if the compiler was on Windows compiling the code to run, it would compile with the built-in timer to, like, show me how long execution took. But if it was compiling on not Windows, so Linux, it wouldn't do that. So it also wouldn't print out the extra timing information at the end.
And it would save cycles.
Technically yes, but also because that was just unnecessary on that end. No, it's mostly so I could know how long it took, like how much data could be processed by my program.
Yeah.
It was a lot, to be fair. There was a lot of data that could be processed by my program. Because, like, it only really started to, like, chug in the amount of, like... Or actually, when I was, like, generating test datasets to run through to see, like, what were the limits of how much I could do, my laptop could do in a minute, I got to, like 15,000 before it started taking more than a minute to actually do the entire dataset.
Huh.
But yeah, I was writing the entire thing in C++, for speed. I didn't think I needed it at first, but I was like, that's good. But yeah, anyhow, back to the whole thing. Using threads. I initially, when I was testing it, I set the number of threads to use to 20, because it was like, I don't know how many cores the server's going to have, but considering it's a server, I'm going to bet on it having a lot of threads. So I decided to go 20 to start with, and then I tested it on my laptop and was like, I don't have 20 threads, hang on a second. Maxed out my laptop CPU 100%.
Yeah.
For a second, it was like, it took a little bit longer to run than I wanted it to, purely because it overused the threads on my laptop. Each thread would theoretically have been able to complete in less than a minute, but, like, with more threads than I actually had, yeah. That did not, unfortunately... I did not unfortunately benefit from that. That didn't produce a higher score. But just to push the limits, I decided to send it on the server with 100 threads.
Did it work?
I never got a successful result back from that. It's
100 threads?
Yeah, it sat there for... Or I'd actually, like, opened up, like, the web console to just, like, look at the request. It sat there, the request sat there for 5 minutes on the initial, like, one of the, like, early-ass HTTP phases. It wasn't even in the, like, part of the request where the web server is processing the data. Hello. It was just, like, the pre-processing or receiving data phase, because apparently the web server was poorly designed to, like, of when it, like, ran stuff and when it, like, communicated to the client that it was processing the request. So yeah, it sit there for 5 minutes on that phase, and then it'd come back with like a 502 bad gateway or 504, something like that. Anyhow, it would come up with a bad gateway response after 5 minutes. Yeah, it was like, okay, that's not gonna work. Now, while at first I may have thought that, oh yeah, it's causing problems because I was hearing the people who developed the actual server program, because they were a research crew under the professor who was basically running the event. So he was so I was hearing them talk about like something that was wrong, and I was like, that's probably due to me trying to spin up 100 threads on the server.
Did it actually wind up being that?
I don't know. I stopped trying to run 100 threads shortly after that, and so I was like, oh well, I'm not going to be able to get a better score. But like towards the end, I heard that they were having an issue where their CPU there was like 2 things running, and their CPU usage on their server was at 100%. It wasn't at all related to me. My stuff would have died a long time ago.
Your code would have been long forgotten.
Yeah, my code would have been long stopped. Oh, hello, this is a crater. Oh, I missed, damn it.
Got it.
You missed.
No, I got it.
I got it. Alright.
Blue slime.
I will start placing some tracks then. But yeah, that was fun. And this is actually very similar to how the last programming competition I went to ended. At the very end of the last programming competition, the server broke. At least partially. And so we're like, okay, we'll just call it there. And I think it was mostly it wasn't reporting scores correctly or whatever. But this time, no one could actually, like, upload anything. They would get, like, I think just a generic 500 immediately once they tried to upload a file. This time. So it was just like, alright, I guess that's the end then.
Alright, I guess that's where we'll leave it off.
Yeah. But yeah, my team came 3rd place.
Woo!
Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, I mean, I was talking with the professor that actually like created all the problem setup. He said that like for the problem I was working on, the highest score he ever got with his quick little test program was like 40, and I believe the score I achieved, or the highest score I achieved, was like 2077. Actually, no, 2770. Sorry, not 2077. God dang it, cyberpunk. 2770 was, I believe, the highest score I achieved.
2770.
To be fair, all the simple like solver that the professor wrote was just like delete any data that isn't in the right order or something like that. Basically, do an effective Stalin sort on the data. Did not produce a very high result, but yeah. But yeah, we were discussing it a little bit, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like the way that like." Actually, he was telling me how like his generator program worked, because I wanted to like use it to generate some sample sets of different sizes to test like the efficiency stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, it's basically like generates a graph of like the data and how it relates to other ones, and if it like generates duplicate data, it'll like try again a certain number of times." And like that's how it governs the size of the whole data set. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, so like theoretically the best way to do the data would just be to generate a giant graph inside the computer and be like, okay, and this is the longest path through the graph, therefore that is the best solution. But I did not, especially at this point in the competition, I did not have the brain power to figure out how to write the code to just parse the entire data set into a graph like that. Also, to come to think about it, actually printing the data from the graph in the order that would make it print correctly from the deepest extent of the graph would be a tad bit tricky. Or I guess you could. Anyhow, I'm not going to bother bother boring the stream with a little bit of my thinking on that regard. But yeah, I will hopefully. Speaking of more programming stuff, hopefully yes, on Sunday for the live stream there, I will be making the Satisfactory spreadsheet recipe program thing. So that'll be a lot of fun, and yeah, a lot of fun to make that. Definitely gonna produce a lot of I'm probably gonna find that I misspelled stuff in my data file for all the recipes. That'll be fun. But yeah, I've put some deep thought already into like how certain aspects are gonna logically work. Like this will happen, it'll first go here, then here, then here, and I've also thought of how, despite the fact that I'm not gonna initially build it with alternate recipes in mind, how I could like patch alternate recipes into it if I ever went through and decided to write out all of the data file for all the alternate recipes. There are a lot of alternate recipes in this game, by the way.
Wow.
Like, I think for all the primary recipes that I wrote into the existing file, there was like 114 of them. Most items have multiple alternate recipes. So yay.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. Are you ready, kids, for this adventure? I mean, theoretically. I mean, trying to like think of how the actual. I mean, trying to think of the run through of or how the program would actually be running through very much hurts my head. Being like, because I'd have to make sure that this happens and that. But then I realized, oh wait, I don't have to think of the entire case. I just have to think of like the general case of like, this is what it does. This is the step that it takes each time, and then just tell it to repeat that a bunch of times. And as long as those steps are written correctly, it'll just work for the entire program.
This is really a barren desert. So is this the hardest? Is this one of the spawn points?
Maybe. I think this maybe is one of the spawn points.
And like, it would be. If it is, it's the hardest one.
Yeah, I'd say so. But I honestly do not remember what the different spawn areas are, because I usually use the grassland, and I'm out of steel. So actually, I'm gonna move the trains up.
Oh, you need some steel? I got steel.
Oh, okay. I'm still gonna move the trains up though, because we've gone a bit of a ways.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I will leave them in a wrap on the ground.
Oh, okay.
I have like all the steel beams and pipes.
All right, that's useful, I guess. Nope. Sign in to YouTube on TCL Roku TV -X0000000000. Gotta love when you get those messages. How fast will the train get going down this hill?
Yes.
Okay, so from starting on the hill, it got to 162 kilometers per hour. Also noticed on my YouTube console chat here. Wow, that is steel just piled up on the ground there. I noticed from my use for console chat that it keeps disconnecting from chat. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we reconnected. Chat successfully reconnected.
I got a question for you. Should we just, from where I am right now, should we just turn south?
Yes. That is effectively going to go over the edge of that side of the map, which is probably what we want, maybe? I don't know. Effectively what I was going for. What I started going on, so... Hopefully that's what we want. Also, the weather today has been quite, yeah, because, like, I woke up... When I, like, kind of woke up today, it was very bright and sunny out. And then, like, 20 minutes later, it was, like, downpouring. And then it was sunny out again. And then it was raining again. And repeat.
Yeah, it's been a wet day.
Oh yeah.
Part of that is because of... You want to know why all this is happening?
Hurricane?
No, but there is a low pressure system sitting right over us, like just south of Albany.
Huh. Fun.
Well, it's not just south, it's like southwest of Albany. But it's not that far.
Yeah, I looked at like the weather for all of next week and it was like rain, 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 snow, rain, rain, snow, rain.
For next week?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably very inaccurate. I don't trust the weather app after the very inaccurate forecast it was giving over the summer, but yeah.
I have been looking. There's been no shot of rain. Tuesday, here, or at our house. High 54, 91% chance of rain. Utica, New York, for this week.
Oh, whatever.
Small chance of snow on Wednesday. It's a 91% chance of precipitation on Wednesday, but it's only showing one snowflake. So it's probably a light snow on Wednesday for Utica. Breezy in the morning, low clouds, colder with a couple of snow showers.
Fun.
Thursday.
Ah, here's all this.
Remaining cloudy, which is the part, because I'm going to be traveling on Thursday.
Fun.
I need to be wary. Is there precipitation coming?
Yeah.
When's the precipitation coming?
One of the...
How long is it going to be going for? Because if it doesn't, then I ain't fucking leaving.
Oh gosh. Actually, when I was talking to one of the or the lecturer that also showed up at the programming competition, it was there, like talking to people for the most of it. Yeah, he was also saying how he's going to be traveling on
Thursday.
On Thursday, yes. That's fun.
Misery loves company.
Oh boy. Yeah.
It's gonna be a misery. We'll see how the weather looks. As of right now, the weather's looking at least decent for Thursday. Well, part of the reason I will only be traveling, I would only travel. I'm only traveling then if the weather's good, because I would be traveling by myself.
Oh yeah. Hey, but on Saturday, we'll have...
On Saturday, we'll be leaving early, and it'll be you and me, if I get there on Thursday.
Yeah, hopefully. Gosh, it's gonna be so frickin' boring and going to a frickin' baby shower. Going to go to a frickin' baby shower would be so goddamn boring.
Dad's not going to it.
Oh, but still, one car.
He's gonna drop Mom off at it.
Oh, okay.
And Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa. Okay. Oh, interesting.
So, and he was gonna go around and do some stuff. You may actually prefer to go with him on that case.
Yeah, almost certainly. Anyhow.
But that's for figuring out when that happens.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully... What the... Okay,
Fingers crossed the snow show.
Why is this thing... Why is this thing creating switches?
Oh, yeah, you gotta be careful about that. No clue why. You just gotta be very careful that it doesn't. It makes no sense. There's no reason for it. Just something to deal with.
Nope, that's not right. Okay, we build this section. Oh gosh, these tracks look. These foundations look like they're fun. Gonna be very much fun to lay track on. Ooh.
Boop. Explosive deconstruction.
Yeah, sometimes it can feel that way. Oh my gosh, how
I'm
do
using
I...
explosives to deconstruct some trees.
How in the fuck do I go about
So
this corner?
explosive deconstruction.
Okay. This is a fun little section that you gave me here. Goes up a hill and then immediately turns.
It'll do it again.
Oh gosh.
Some of that, part of the reason for that uphill intermediate turn, if you look there, there's a rock formation that'll get in the way.
I know, but still.
It was going to get in the way. If we kept going up, it would have still gotten in the way. And there was not much space with going down.
I understand that. So fucking annoying.
Sorry to hear that, Buster. Allow me to rob you blind.
Okay, now I'm hearing real life trains. And there it is again!
Yeah, it's coming near my mic as well. Where?
That is... pretty sure that's near me.
I was hearing it through the mic, through your mic.
Yeah. Actually, what was really weird was yesterday I was in class on, like, you know, the ground floor of the one of the one of the academic buildings on campus. The section that's effectively underground. And we could, I swear, it was like from like the back corner of the room it sounded like there was a train. Or something like that. It was weird.
I wonder if you're not hearing. I wonder if it's not a train you're hearing. I wonder if there's something that, like, they got a new machine or something.
I don't know, but it didn't. The sound wasn't coming through the door, which is what was weird. I mean, the professor was going over to the computer to check and make sure that it wasn't coming from the computer.
Whoa.
Yeah, no idea what that was. Okay. No one had any idea what that was, so, like... it did just stop at some point. It stopped happening at some point, so, like...
Where? I don't even know where the rail line is to meet up with.
Yeah, that does sound like that'd be an issue.
I'm just like, okay.
I mean, you can go... I mean, keep going until... I mean, it is quite low. Like, it's at the level of the station. But yeah, you can... I don't think I quite got... I think I was just about near, like, you know, the area where we're getting our main source of oil from. That, like, yeah, yeah. The nitrogen gas, the unused nitrogen gas spot near there. Like, just off the cliff there is where I think I stopped on that side of things.
Oh, is it the nitrogen gas? Like, okay. So that'll mean literally going through and off the cliff over there.
Interesting. Interesting.
So that would mean considering. I think I'm gonna go along the coastline here.
All right. Because it was off in the void, and you know, still at the same level the station was at. So.
The further back you go on the map, the higher up it gets. I swear.
Yeah, it really does seem like that. Well, I mean, I think sea level usually stays roughly the same. We just happened to go higher up because the rock formations around sea level were quite high up. I can English today. Clearly.
English? That's impossible.
Wait. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to go up, but well below that waterfall at the end of the world there, because, you know.
Yeah.
Comparatively, the train station is effectively located in the void, quite relatively low down in the world, despite the fact that, you know, it's. I think the ground floor of that is actually higher than, or the train station is higher than the ground floor of the factory itself.
Oh, it is. I know it is.
So. So yeah, that's fun. Okay, I think I should, actually, once I get down to the bottom of this section that's sloped right now, I will go back and get the trains, because those are pretty far away now.
Oh yeah, they are very far away now.
Yeah, we've just been going.
Yeah, I see our, what's that factory?
The, Fuse Modular Frame Factory.
Yes. That's the factory.
That is the closest one to here. And that does not produce enough fuse modular frames for some of these project parts that we're going to need here.
Oh god.
Yeah. Just looking at the recipes, I was like, we need how many fuse modular frames?
So we need a whole new fuse modular frame system? Oh my.
Well, we're just going to build a one giant dedicated factory for these project parts, probably. Because, like,
max center of the map there.
We'll see what location ends up being the most suitable for this task. Okay, I go back and get trains now.
Okay, I'll go back and get trains now.
But yeah, we'll see what location or what ends up being most suitable. Because once I get like the spreadsheet program, obviously working, I can generate like the entire tree we need for a singular machine of like the bomb shaped one, for instance. That one looks like it's going to be pain.
It looks like it's going to be nuclear.
I don't recall if it is. I know it requires like it might be. If it requires fixonium, then yeah, that's effectively nuclear. That is like the end result.
Isn't this supposed to be like we're gonna blow up the world or something like that?
I have no idea what Project Save the Day is. It's obviously evil. Like, Like actually, I don't think you saw like the project assembly presentation. But like Ada remarks in it like, "Oh, you have no idea like how much Project Save the Day will like affect you or the entire universe or whatever." It's like, yeah, I'm sure it will. Probably negatively, but it'll affect stuff. That's for sure.
Where?
Should be towards the bottom of the codex.
Particle enrichment, leading edge production. I'm not seeing the
inbox.
Project Assembly Phase 3.
Phase 4.
What's that?
It's Project Assembly Phase 4 presentation incompleted. That's what it should be.
It's not here.
I guess. Thanks, Satisfactory. I mean, if necessary, you could just go back and watch the stream where I did it. It was like right at the beginning.
It worked in the past. Sometimes it has worked.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. That is so fucking weird.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't in here for Phase 3. Unless it's updates coming down and breaking it, and then unbreaking it, and then breaking it, and then unbreaking it.
Like, I don't know, maybe we have to restart the server? I don't know.
I guess I'll do that.
Also, a thing about like how I'm planning on building the program for, or the spreadsheet program, is theoretically I could like slap it on the on like a Java-based website and be like, or Java-based web server and be like, okay, now there's a website interface for it.
Cool. Yeah.
That is extra work that I'm definitely not doing on stream. But
CBI games that
no. That requires me to host a backend, which I really don't want to do. But the
I'm just saying throw it on our existing servers only that.
Yeah. But the biggest thing with yeah, that felt weird. Yeah, okay. That's whatever.
Oh, hello, Mr. Fucker.
But yeah, what's it called? It's
Me more than a drink.
Designing the HTML would probably be a fuck ton of effort.
I think motherfucker just charged himself into the void.
Yeah, designing the HTML/JavaScript for that would just be very much annoying compared to just developing like a simple user interface that's gonna be what the general purpose program has. Especially for what how I imagine integration with alternate recipes is going to work.
I am going to need. Alright, and now I have to go get more concrete.
Fun. I'm about to bring the second train up, so you can. Actually, it's probably faster if you go over to like the factory or the Fuse Modular Frame Factory.
To get there.
Yeah, the Fuse Modular Frame Factory might be a better idea. Just like going there.
No, I don't.
Oh wait.
The problem is I don't know that I have the
Where are you?
I definitely have the jetpack distance.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm bringing the other train closer, so just wait for that to get there.
There's a bit of a land route I guess I can take, but.
Well. Anyhow, yes, I'm bringing the other train closer. You can take to allow you to take that if necessary.
I've already left. I'm heading out.
Oh, okay.
Over the land, not along the track path.
Alright. I mean, following the track all the way back would be dumb. It's such a far distance. Oh yeah, actually, as I was looking through the various things for the next or the various milestones that were coming up on here, teleporters are a thing.
No? No, how am I? Oh wait, there it is.
Alright. Alright. Train brought up. Trains have been advanced. Actually, wait, how much concrete do I have on me? Not very much, admittedly. My inventory is also very full, so.
Alrighty. I am now on the belt network.
Dang it. Alright. Oh yeah. Other interesting news that I found out today is that the Processing Foundation has actually started to develop the processing project again.
Oh?
After not being fucked to throw any resources behind it for the past, like, basically literally fucking ever. Apparently back in September they actually started to do work on it again. And they moved to a new repository, which is part of the reason why I didn't know about it until now. But they finally changed the alias for the main processing project, or the URL alias for the processing project, to, instead of pointing to the old processing repository, which was under the guy who founded the project's GitHub account, to the actual Processing Foundation's GitHub organization with the
This way they have better access and control.
Yeah, the thing is though, the URL for the actual URL for the repo hasn't technically changed, because somehow they managed to do an alias for processing/processing 4 to the actual to the old repository in the past. Which is why I was extremely confused when I typed it in and it didn't redirect. I was like, wait, what? Did I type it in wrong and this is some imposter project?
Nope.
No, it is the real thing. They've like had like a bot go through and take all the like issues and pull requests from the old repository and put them in as issues in the new repository.
Alright. So have they implemented your fix yet?
Nope, no they have. Neither they are both just currently set as issues. I think I'm gonna, when I remember to actually do this, I'm going to go and actually make a new pull request on the new repository for the stuff.
Huh. Alright.
Because that way they'll actually see it and maybe actually do something about it, rather than just having it be
An issue.
like in the issues backlog.
Or they'll just throw it on, back onto the issues backlog.
Or, well, it's going to be a pull request, so they'll just ignore it at that point if they're not doing anything.
Or maybe they'll actually put in real information.
Oh gosh, the water makes sound. Being above the water sounds... Oh, yeah. Hey, there's the factory over there. I didn't realize this went out so far. Ooh, the sludge that should be water, but isn't. It's probably real fucking deadly over there. Also, I assume you made it successfully?
Yes, I made it back and I'm on my way back. And I'm on my way to return to the site.
Fun.
I literally just went into the large container I said, give me all that concrete.
Dang, the trains are already kind of far away from where I'm at.
Of course, the fun thing is we are actually technically on a slightly different grid than the station. So.
Fine. That's fine. I changed the... when I went diagonal on the... For frick's sake. When I went diagonal on the piece of track that I was building, I started... I kind of went on a different grid. Oh yeah, I guess we're more on the grid of the power plant, aren't we, though?
Yes, we are on the power plant grid, yeah.
Oh well.
Well, sort of, because we still... The diagonals are not perfectly aligned.
Yeah, they're like shifted a bit. And I did shift the diagonal a bit from there, so you know, it's whatever. This shit happens.
It centers on whatever block you're using, and that
Centers on it, and then I nudged the actual, I nudged stuff a bit, and then it's like, good, that looks nice and centered.
the hell? There's a random piece of foundation just sitting out there in the middle of the wood. What?
Why was that?
Oh, I see what
Close
it's
to another switch. Well, don't make it a switch. Too close to another switch. Don't make it a switch then? Ever thought of that?
Oh, it's thinking like, oh,
I will, once I get this curve in, I will go back and get the trains. Choo-choo. Look at that thick fog. You know, I think this is the fastest that we've actually built out train lines so far.
well, there's two of us working on it, yeah. I mean, I've gone pretty fast when I worked on them, but
Not this fast.
no, not this fast. Still quite fast though.
Yeah, relatively fast. Let's think.
Oh. Looks like it's a Mercer sphere.
Oh yeah, actually, another thing about the programming competition is like the from that really large data set for the problem that I was working on, I actually heard that the reason why specifically that one was like included in there, being like 16 times larger than the next closest one, was specifically to screw with anyone who was using recursion to try to solve the problem. Because like it was so much theoretically, if you tried to recursively solve the problem, you would end up using so much. You would basically run out of virtual memory to create stack frames. Is basically what he said.
I mean, you shouldn't be using recursion.
Well, sometimes it could actually be a very effective way to solve a problem, like the way that this was built. Like, actually, one of the, because the previous programming competition, the way the way scoring was calculated on, the results of your program was that it recursively looked through the, results to search for stuff, which was basically the at least simplest from my imagination way to actually, count everything up properly. But the thing is, this was written in Python. And if you got a really good result like what I had, it would hit Python's hard recursion limit, because Python has a built-in limit for how many times you can do or how deep recursion can go before Python itself stops. You'd be like, hang on a second, buddy. You can change the limit, but it wasn't changed. So it was just so the scoring program would just hit the recursion limit and crash.
Nice.
Java has kind of a similar system when it comes to recursion, but instead of counting the number of functions, it just has a maximum amount of memory that it allows the stack to take up, and once it hits that, it'll be stack overflow exception, I want to say it is, and crash out on you. But obviously, straight compiled languages like C, C++, they don't have that limitation. They will let you continue doing recursion until you fill up their virtual memory on your computer. So you know, there's some advantages to going with a language like that.
Yeah. Alright, what time did you start your stream?
Like 7:30.
Well, I'm gonna have to head off before the stream ends.
I don't know, maybe wrap up at like an hour and a half, potentially, of streaming today. Probably still gonna get. God damn it, created another switch. Still probably gonna. Or we might do stuff in Satisfactory, I don't know. Okay. Into the void I go. It's silent suddenly getting away from that waterfall.
Glad that Linux allowed me to wipe that drive.
Oh yes, Linux will allow you to do a lot of things. Oh yeah, also one of the
It's
most
like,
surprising
Windows like, no, we don't want to do any of that.
So one of the most surprising things for me, at least from this program competition, is I actually ended up using, like actually, so if anyone watched my streams back in the springtime this year, you might remember that I was complaining about like this one professor that I had. Well, I actually used some of the things, like some of the stuff I did for the assignments in that class. I actually used that to my benefit during the program competition today. Like, because one of the things that he had us doing was timing how long our code took to run, which came in useful, or came in handy when I was like, hey, I want to time how long this is. I was like, I could just copy paste that code I wrote for that, because I was smart how I implemented it. I implemented it like this specifically because I didn't want to like fuck around with a bunch of different functions and passing things in. So I built like the timer thing as a class that made the appropriate underlying system calls within it. But I was like, wow, that was actually just so convenient. I just plopped that class into my code now, and bam, it worked. And it was very hassle-free to use, which is, you know, I guess the benefit to doing stuff in like a class. And then there's also the stuff when it came to threading was like, I know how to do that from that class. I could just like steal the home, and I happened to have done the homework assignment on my laptop, which I was, you know, using to do the competition. So like, great, I don't even need to like just copy.
I don't even need to rewrite code. I can just copy and paste.
Exactly. I could just copy paste what I did from the homework into here. Perfect reference, like it worked there, it'll work here. Great stuff. Didn't receive any issues from that. Everything seems to have worked properly. Oh yeah, actually, when I was like telling the lecturer that was, you know, floating around there, like, hey, he was like, okay, I'm gonna just start doing multi-threading this stuff to try to get better solutions. He was like, oh, you should do like a ton of threads or something on there. It's like, yeah.
Was he the one that suggested you do the 100 threads?
Well, he was saying I should do a lot more than that.
If you go more than the physical, it could actually,
I mean, I know it's... I'm pretty sure it didn't have 100 threads, considering that shit basically didn't return. To be fair, I had each thread was only doing like 60 iterations through the data set. So like, to be fair, that is about as much as a single thread could do it within the time limit on my computer. I don't know how efficient the server CPU was, so like, because I have no idea. It could be like an old Xeon CPU, in which case it'd be slower, because I'm assuming this task is more of a CPU speed-based task. Potentially a memory speed. Potentially it was having a memory speed. Oh, you're too low?
Yeah, I went down a ways and now I'm too low. I can see it.
Wow, okay. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. It is actually very hard for me to tell what this task is. If this task is, say, or if the task was like CPU compute limited, CPU speed limited, or general CPU speed limited, CPU memory access limited. That's a strong contender considering the amount of data that was being accessed there. Well, actually, to be fair, the data set was only like 32 kilobytes in size, I guess. So like, it wasn't actually that much data now that I think about it, but enough to cause problems with speed, with iterating through it a lot. Actually, no. Yeah, I guess the entire thing could have fit on the CPU cache. So no, it wouldn't necessarily have been memory limited unless, you know, I guess it had enough threads where where just each thread's copy of the data alone would take up, or copy of certain parts of the data would take up more than the CPU's cache.
As long as you're not
I mean, mind you, this is like, I'm assuming this is, you know, I think use the CPU cache like this. I'm assuming my program is the only thing running on the CPU, and it could use all the CPU's cache, let alone the actual web server process that's running, the scoring program that's running my program. Anything else that might be running on this server. But yeah, even 1 megabyte of level 3 cache would be enough to store probably the entire data set and the code. Actually, 32K might be a little bit low for the amount, but it was still in like the you could still measure it in the kilobytes for the actual size of this stuff. And who knows what kind of optimizations the compiler was making. Compilers, after all, as we all know, compilers are black fucking magic.
I mean, what, you haven't taken the compiler course yet?
No, actually, I haven't. Maybe I'll take it if it aligns with my schedule at some point. You know, if it's not like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, because that has the worst final slot.
2 o'clock on a Tuesday.
And like I swear, half like the upper division CS courses for this next semester were scheduled at that time.
And is that, or at least for the fall semester, that's the last one, isn't it?
What?
So are you looking at that based off of the endings, like test times?
Well, yeah, I'm basing all that off the time at which the final exam time for when the course slot is.
Do they not shift them between fall and spring?
Nope, the final exam times are more or less the same. That is, of course, Thursday. Tuesday, Thursday at 2 is on the Thursday of finals week at like noon.
Oh yeah, I can't even extend these tracks. So yeah, the concrete now spans around the map.
Yay. I'm going back to get the trains right now because they are a bit of a ways back. Wow, yeah, those are pretty fucking far away. So actually, I guess the best
oh my
thing,
god. Wow, just going out and building the concrete.
The best thing I think you could
And now I have so much. Okay, I might as well start making my way back
yeah,
to the station. Just so that I can dump all this concrete before it fills up all the store. I'm going over the edge of the map trying to dump it.
I mean, you do have the garbage slot in your inventory, but okay.
Oh. True.
I mean, the next thing I guess that we'd have to do here is, I guess, put signals along this track.
That means me picking up way more computers than I have. I only have 40.
Probably, yes.
Well, that's 40 signals.
And once we've gotten signaling done, we can start building the train line that goes down the center of the map.
But I think we'll have to save that for another day.
Probably, yes.
It is 9 o'clock. Eastern
Yes,
Standard Time.
it is. I want to try getting this track as finished as possible in this live stream.
Alright. I'll head back. I'll grab some steel.
Yeah, I'm currently...
And then actually we'll start building from both ends.
Yay. Yeah, I'm moving the trains up right now because they are ways behind me. Jeez.
This is a long, straight piece of track here.
Oh yeah. And oh, down there. Yep, down there's the oil area. I didn't realize that's where I kind of ended off. Oh yeah, we are quite close. I am actually quite close to the connection point here.
Okay, I guess that's weird.
This is also a very, very long block section right now. Yeah, I went real far without moving the trains there. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, almost at the train. Yeah, I will say the trains do move at a decent speed.
They were move at what, 120 is their standard?
Somewhere around there, yep.
They go faster. Will a train go faster if you have more engines on it?
I know it can make a difference when you're going uphill, but I don't know if it'll go faster on the on like a flat track.
Ooh.
It also consumes more power though, so you know.
Hyperspeed passenger train. Let's go. Yeah, no, trains are definitely designed for cargo.
I mean, yeah. They consume 25 megawatts of power at idle. That's at idle, guys. Wow. I am basically already back at the end of my track when it took me like 3 minutes to walk all the way to where I left the trains.
Alright, now to walk along a flat, a straight AF track.
Basically, yes. That is what we do here.
I will say, what I've built so far, I've got some good chunks of straight track that don't move, but there's also a decent amount where it's like, alright, now we gotta take a little elevation.
Up, down, up, curve, curve. Gosh dang it. Keeps happening, I keep making switches.
I don't know why it does that.
Okay. It's not doing it this time. The thing is, I think I had that glitch happen once in the station where I was trying to go through the station on a switch and I just went through a switch and got turned around and sent onto one of the side tracks in the opposite direction from the direction I was traveling.
Whoops.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. I was like, okay.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Yes, we are pretty close.
I didn't actually have to do too much here. Wow.
Yeah. I was pretty I did realize I was pretty close when you started building. I was like, yeah, oh wow, well, I'm good. Actually, when I noticed that we were like by the oil area here, I was like, wow, okay, I'm close. We're almost done here with the track. But of course, signaling is still to come.
Signaling will have to come another day.
Yeah.
The park is closed. Please refuel it.
Oh gosh.
I fucking...
Dun, 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 dun.
No, I ain't building no switch. Mama didn't build no sucker.
What? Damn it!
Mama didn't build no...
No wait, I'm out of pipes. I'm out of pipes. Dang it.
I will finish.
Yes,
more than
it's right here. Then you can come over and grab your train over this way.
Fucking hell.
Don't worry, it's not that far away.
No, that's not the problem. It was, it decided, yes, I'm gonna make that a switch.
Ah, yes. The switch pump.
Alright, we can now efficiently exploit the entire world's resources.
Well, the edge of the world's resources, at least. The middle of the map is still to come. Driving right down the middle to allow anything in the interior of the map that we need to be easily accessible by rail.
Easily exploitable by...
Oh gosh.
Our whole purpose is to exploit this planet's resources to blow up people on Earth.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that one of our project parts is, you know, looks very explosive.
It's very much like a little boy.
Yep. All right. And this is on a piece of track here now that I built, going right back to the station here. Unfortunately, we don't have an option to blow the horn on these things. It's just, I guess, automatic when it, like, leaves stations.
Ooh.
There's that,
Hello, another train!
There's that other random rail that I built a while ago. Fun stuff there, fun stuff there.
That was based
And
off
here
of
we are.
the little, like, testing style track I built on the roof of the, or what was at the time the roof of the factory.
Yep. Look at those particle accelerators sitting on the edge of the factory there. Okay, hopefully there's no trains coming through the factory right now as I am blazing through. Okay. And I don't see a train coming along there. Very convenient. Parks are back right where I usually take her out from. There we go. Ready to park in Bay 4, I in 5. Where are those trains right now? That one's about around there. And the other one is around there. Yep, that seems about right for them. Alright. So yeah. That is the trains done. Look at the speed at which this stuff consumes copper.
Thank you all for what.
Yeah, actually, I have been streaming for like an hour and 40 minutes, which is generally longer than I actually stream for on Fridays these days. So yeah. It is also
We have
after 9.
finished it.
Yeah, we
Time to alter floor.
We finished the ring road of the trains, at the very least.
Why is that one thing saying 256
Wait, what?
for the phase 5?
That is kind
One
of
of the-
strange.
Classic Parts wants 256.
Instead of, 250. God, what programmer was typing in that and instinctively typed 256 instead of 250? Here, actually, you know what? I will go and look up what that rocket part there is and what its recipe is quickly.
The recipe, you can look at the recipe. I can look at what the part itself is over in the...
What is it? Alright. So,
thing.
let's see, projects. Source.
AI expansion server.
That's what? Oh, wait, the bomb one.
The bomb one is called the ballistic warp drive.
That sounds explosive. I mean, actually,
I don't know. The thing that we're trying, the one other thing in here that we need, outside of those two, is a biochemical sculptor. That sounds a little more explosive to me.
It just sounds like biochemical. Why is it not finding any of the shit that I'm typing here? Oh, is it case sensitive? Yeah, okay. I wasn't typing, I had capital stuff. So, the ballistic warp drive, let's see, takes, oh, it's actually crafted in an assembler. Actually, no, wait, it's a manufacturer, never mind. So, it takes, JSON's formatted weirdly, okay. It takes each craft takes one thermal propulsion rocket. Oh, actually, no, it has 4 components. Actually, no, not one. 5 singularity cells. 2 super precision oscillators.
No.
And 40 dark matter crystals.
This factory is going to be massive.
Yeah.
Okay.
AI. Okay. AI expansion servers. These ones are fun as well. They take 1 magnetic field generator, which is another project part. We already have that one. I'll probably be fine. Actually, I don't know what the per minute rates are. Never mind. Primary. 1 neutral neural quantum processor. 1 superposition oscillator. And 25 excited photonic matter. Goddamn. The way JSON files get automatically formatted by the JSON libraries is so fucking annoying to read. Like, it's not the order in which I told it to write the stuff, but that's the order it decided it was best to arrange stuff for writing. So, I guess that's what I get. Shouldn't be an issue for the actual program doing the reading. Actually, here's something we can quickly do for the industry. Let's look at the Awesome Sync and see how many Fix-It coupons we have. Because this week, for like the second half of this week, we have just been shoveling nuclear pasta into this thing. Whoa, look at that swing! That has nothing to do with the nuclear pasta, I don't think, though. We currently have 1,228. Wow, that's actually a lot more than the last time I looked. What was the thing that we were saving up for in the Awesome Store? Bum bum. Zoom. Dun 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 dun. What was it? Is it an architecture? Wait, was it here? I didn't look at the prices for anything. We can just buy hard drives? Okay, that's interesting. Ah, the golden nut. That was it, right? The 1,000 ticket object? Charity?
What?
We were saving up for the golden nut statue, right?
Likely.
I mean, we definitely have enough. We have enough to get that now.
Hold on, wait, what? Let me see.
Didn't listen to what I was saying earlier.
12! 28? Wow. We're 1.7 million points per minute. Oscillating. We're oscillating between 1.7 and 0.28 million.
Yep.
1.7 mil and 200,000. What an oscillation.
Yeah, that's probably a project part of some sort. Not the nuclear pasta right now. That's still recharging its storage after the space elevator opened up for it. But, yeah. So yeah, anyhow, guys, I think that's going to be all for this stream. I'm going to say thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like on your way out and subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be notified of future streams like this one. And I will see you all in the next live stream, which will be Sunday, and it'll be doing the spreadsheet thing. Bye!